You see them everywhere, in shiny ads, in influencer reels, in your neighbor's driveway. Cars that look modern, reliable, the smart choice for your wallet. But here's the dirty secret. Some of these cars, mechanics hate them, not because they're rare or exotic, but because they break, over and over, and often in ways you'd never expect. Think you're safe because you bought new? Think again. Some of the hottest selling models on the market are actually ticking time bombs once they pass that 25,000 mile mark. I didn't pull this list out of thin air. I talked to real techs, the people who tear these cars apart every day, diagnose the same issues again and again, and see which models live in the shop instead of your garage. And today, I'm pulling back the curtain for you. I'll show you 9 cars that sell like crazy, but that mechanics secretly wish would just disappear from their workshop. And trust me, you'll want to watch till the end, because the number 1 on this list is a bestseller that might be sitting in your driveway right now. Ready? Buckle up, because we're starting backwards, from number 9 down to the top spot. And right at the bottom, a cute little city car everyone calls bulletproof. Well, not quite. Fiat Panda. Let's talk about the Panda hybrid. In Italy, you can't swing a bag of groceries without hitting one. It's compact, cheap to run, easy to park, and people call it indestructible. But ask any mechanic, they'll roll their eyes. That tiny 3-cylinder Firefly engine? Rough idle, especially cold. The gearbox? Notorious for being stiff and clunky in city traffic. And the clutch? Oh, the clutch. Owners report it slipping long before 20,000 miles, sometimes with no warning at all. One friend of mine had a brand new Panda hybrid. Short commute, gentle driver. At just 17,000 miles, the clutch started slipping out of nowhere. Out of warranty? $700. Mechanic shrugged. Happens all the time. So yeah, cheap to buy, but cheap doesn't always mean hassle-free. And if you think that's bad, wait till you hear about the next one. It's sold as the smart budget choice, but behind that low sticker price? Surprise bills that will make you question every bargain car ad you've ever seen. Dacia Sandero. On paper, the Dacia Sandero is the no-brainer of budget cars. It's cheap, sips fuel, and does the daily grind without fuss. Families pick it as a second car. New drivers love it. It's the king of cheap and cheerful. But spend enough time in a mechanic's bay and you'll hear another story. The Sandero's biggest trick? Cutting costs where you can't see it, until it's too late. Interior panels that peel. Cheap plastics that crack and squeak within months. And the electronics? A total gamble. One wash too many, and sensors start acting drunk. Windows stop responding. Climate control throws errors. One owner joked, "My Sandero has more dashboard lights than a Christmas tree." And don't even get me started on the brakes. Several mechanics have a nickname for them. Discount stoppers. Thin discs that warp, pads that vanish twice as fast as normal. It's a budget car, sure, but safety shouldn't feel like an option. I met a driver who thought he was saving money buying one used. Within a year, he replaced the clutch, the front brakes, and the central locking module. He told me, it would have been cheaper to just buy a better car up front. So yeah, cheap today. Potential headache tomorrow. Up next, an icon. A name that screams German quality. But under the hood, let's just say the badge doesn't fix everything anymore. Volkswagen Golf. Say Golf, and people think rock-solid German engineering. For decades, it set the standard. Classy, comfy, and built to outlive trends. But lately, some mechanics wish the new mild hybrid Golfs never rolled into their shop. Let's talk about the infamous 1.0 ETSI mild hybrid version. On paper, it's a smart match. Tiny turbocharged 3-cylinder plus an electric boost to sip fuel. In reality, a turbo that's not exactly robust, an engine that rattles more than you'd expect, and a start-stop system that has a mind of its own. And then there's the DSG gearbox. For years, it was the benchmark for smooth shifts. Now, some owners say it lurches in traffic, hesitates on hills, and costs a fortune to fix when it throws a tantrum. One mechanic told me, "The old Golfs were predictable. You knew exactly what you'd find when you opened the hood. These mild hybrids could be a turbo leak, a software glitch, or a misbehaving sensor. Pick your poison." And the bills? You thought you were paying for premium reliability, but a failed turbo or misfiring hybrid module can easily push repairs into 4 digits. long before the 40,000 mile mark. Buying a Golf used to mean peace of mind. Now, with some versions, you might just be buying a ticket to recurring workshop visits. And if that stings, wait until you see what Jeep owners have to say about their rugged SUV that can't handle city life without throwing tantrums. Jeep Compass. Big, bold, tough-looking, the Jeep Compass oozes rugged charm. It looks like it could handle the Rockies in your neighborhood potholes without breaking a sweat. But under that muscular shell, many mechanics say it's more trouble than it's worth, especially the popular 1.6 multi-jet diesel version. Here's the problem trio. The EGR valve clogs faster than your kitchen sink. The DPF, diesel particulate filter, hoodie chokes up, especially if you do mostly short trips. The automatic gearbox? Clunky at best, moody at worst. Owners think they're buying a go-anywhere Jeep. But the reality is a dashboard full of warning lights and constant regeneration failed messages. One urban owner told me, "I got a Compass for peace of mind in winter. Now every 2 weeks I'm back at the dealer because the car can't clear its own filter in the city." Why? Because modern diesels hate stop-and-go driving. They need long, hot drives to burn off soot. Take too many short commutes and the filter clogs. Next thing you know, your car loses power, flashes up errors, and you're stuck with a bill that can hit $2,000 if you need a new DPF system. Mechanics call it the Jeep that hates traffic. Strong on paper, stressful in real life. Unless you live on the highway. And if you think the Compass is complicated, wait until you meet a fancy crossover whose engine badge says Mercedes, but the repair bills say nightmare. Renault Captur. Stylish, practical, packed with tech. The Renault Captur looks like the perfect everyday family car. And when buyers hear it has an engine co-developed with Mercedes-Benz, they think, safe bet, right? Well, not quite. Under that sleek body, the 1.3 TCE petrol engine has gained a reputation among mechanics for some nasty surprises. Timing chain issues that show up way too soon. Mysterious oil leaks that can drain your wallet and your patience. Turbos that sometimes quit before you even hit 30,000 miles. What's worse? These problems don't always come with clear warning signs. One day it drives perfectly. The next, the dashboard lights up and the car slips into limp mode. A friend of mine thought he'd found the perfect low-mileage Captur for school runs. 6 months later, he was stuck with a failing turbo and a timing chain rattle. Final bill? More than he saved by choosing the Captur in the first place. Owners often expect a hassle-free experience because Mercedes is involved. But guess what? That badge doesn't magically fix weak parts, and mechanics say the real frustration is the unpredictable drama. Some Capturs run fine for years, others become repeat guests at the shop before they even reach their first major service. So, sleek design? Check. Clever tech? Sure. But underneath, you might be buying into an engine lottery you don't want to play. And if you think Renault gambled with the Captur, wait till you see what Citroën did next. A genius idea that literally crumbles inside your engine. Citroën C3. On paper, the Citroën C3 sounds like a clever city car. Compact, punchy, fuel efficient, and the star feature? A revolutionary timing belt design. It runs inside an oil bath to reduce friction and noise. Sounds brilliant, right? Less wear, more silence. Except there's a catch. In reality, that oil bath slowly destroys the belt instead of protecting it. Over time, the oil degrades the rubber. Tiny fragments break off, circulate through the engine, clog oil passages, and before you know it, the whole motor is gasping for help. One owner wrote to me, "My C3 just stopped dead in traffic. The workshop found belt debris everywhere. They quoted me over $3,000 to rebuild the engine, all because a low-maintenance belt didn't last." Even worse? Many drivers get zero warning. No squeal, no obvious rattle, and just sudden failure. By the time the oil light flickers, it's usually game over. Mechanics have been complaining for years. This belt and oil design should have been recalled ages ago. But instead, fixes came late, and often only after someone's wallet took the hit. So that little C3 might look smart and cheap to run, but when the belt fails from the inside out, the bill hits like a luxury car. Think that's shocking? Wait till you see what happens when Peugeot takes this same engine and wraps it in a sharp SUV body with a gearbox that loves drama. Peugeot 2008. At first glance, the Peugeot 2008 looks like a small SUV done right. Bold headlights, crisp lines, that signature French flair. It turns heads, and on paper it's practical too. But ask any mechanic. Under the pretty skin, the 2008 hides a cocktail of familiar trouble. Why? Because under the hood sits the same PureTech engine found in the Citroën C3, with that infamous oil-soaked timing belt. So yes, the belt can degrade, shred, and destroy the engine from the inside, exactly like its smaller cousin. But the drama doesn't end there. Many versions of the 2008 come with the EAT8 automatic gearbox. Officially, it's smooth and responsive. In reality, some drivers report hesitant shifts, jerky downshifts, and awkward lurches in stop-and-go traffic. So if you fall for its looks, just know, you might get a stylish ride. But you might also get the same belt drama, gearbox quirks, and mystery error messages that mechanics see week after week. Up next, a small SUV that was supposed to revive an entire brand, but ended up proving that badge engineering can't fix everything. Opel Mokka. When Opel launched the new Mokka, everyone thought, finally something fresh. Edgy design, futuristic front grille, modern tech. It looked ready to drag the brand back into the spotlight. But step into a workshop, and you'll hear a very different story. Underneath that sharp styling? Surprise, it shares the same PSA platform as the Peugeot 2008 and Citroën C3. Which means, yes, that notorious PureTech engine with the oil-soaked timing belt is still there, waiting to cause chaos if neglected. But the headaches don't stop at the engine. Owners and mechanics both complain about the electronics. Random warning lights, sensors that stop talking to each other, infotainment glitches that leave you swearing at a blank screen. One day it runs fine, the next, surprise, it won't even start. And let's talk interior quality. From a distance, it looks premium, but up close? Hard plastics scratch easily. Trim rattles after a few thousand miles. Many drivers pick the Mokka thinking they'd dodge the problems of its French cousins. Wrong, it's basically a 2008 in disguise. Same issues, same repair costs, same resale value drop when things go south. So yeah, the Mokka might turn heads on your street, but talk to someone who owns one after a few years. They'll tell you it turned into a guessing game of what'll break next. And now for the big one. A crossover so popular, so loved, that mechanics half joke they should charge extra just for dealing with its headaches. Next up, the Ford Puma. Ford Puma. It's sporty, it's stylish, it's packed with tech. The Ford Puma quickly became one of Europe's favorite compact crossovers. From the outside, it ticks all the boxes. Sharp design, peppy engine, clever storage. But mechanics? They see a very different side of this crowd pleaser. The Puma's heart is the 1.0 EcoBoost 3-cylinder, often paired with a mild hybrid system. It's lively, sure, but that comes at a price. Common complaints? Coolant leaks, unexpected overheating, and weird vibrations that owners describe as like sitting on a massage chair I didn't ask for. And here's the silent killer, the oil pump. In some versions, it can fail suddenly. No clear warning, no mercy. When it does, the engine starves for oil, seizes up, and you're staring at a bill big enough to buy a small used car. Even seasoned techs groan when a Puma shows up. The hybrid tech complicates diagnostics. Parts can be awkward to reach, and sometimes the only fix is a painful bill or hours on hold with support. The bottom line? The Puma sells like crazy. And for good reason, it's genuinely fun behind the wheel. But hidden beneath that fun is an engine that's a little too fragile for everyday life. And a hybrid system that's not as forgiving as you'd hope. So if you're thinking about one, just remember, the biggest headaches often hide behind the prettiest headlights. So there you have it. 9 cars that look like a dream on the street but can become a mechanic's nightmare behind the shop doors. If this video saved you from a bad buy or gave you a few laughs, smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you want no-nonsense car advice every week, real tips from real mechanics, hit subscribe and ring that bell. You won't miss a thing. Next week, I'll flip the script. We'll look at the underrated used cars mechanics love, the ones they'd actually buy for themselves. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching. Drive smart, spend less, and I'll see you in the next one.